On September 17, 1984, a groundbreaking animated series burst forth onto the scene and captured both the minds and hearts of kids around the world. Transformers was born out of the sheer will of its creators, Takara Tomy and Hasbro. From disparate designs, characters, and storylines came a unified blockbuster franchise that continues to delight and inspire audiences to this day.
在过去的10年中 ，Prisma Studio 对变形金刚雕像并不陌生，他们一次又一次地展示了在制作精细复杂雕像方面的专业技术和令人难以置信的真实感。过去的10年不仅是一个学习的过程，也是一个创新的试炼。最近，我们首次尝试动态造型的变形金刚雕像，制作了一个集创造力和娴熟技术于一身的新作《飞翼擎天柱》。
優れたコンセプトデザイナー、そしてプライマースタジオと10年来の協力関係にある良き友人、ジョシュ・ニジー。このジェットウィングのスタチューを手掛けたのは彼に他なりません。ジョシュはリベンジ、ダークサイドムーン、 最後の騎士王など大ヒットしたトランスフォーマー映画のコンセプトデザインを生み出しています。彼の未来的で複雑なディティールを持つメカやロボットのデザインを見れば分かる通り、女子は卓越した造形センスの持ち主です。パーツ一つ一つの意味や関係性を深く理解し、繊細かつ大胆な手法でそれらを表現、説得力あふれる姿を私たちに届けてくれます。
Hi, my name is Josh Nizzi. I'm a concept designer for film and video games. I've worked on a number of the Transformers movies and a ton of Marvel movies. I've also had the pleasure of working with Prime One over the years, doing a bunch of figures, and I've always been so impressed with their artists and the extra detail and ideas that they bring to figures that they do things I didn't think could be done. So along those lines, I'm really happy to reveal Power Master Prime. So with this design, it's an Optimus Prime design that, Optimus Prime has been done a number of times. So I thought, how could this be different? What can we do above and beyond? And they told me to go all out just this once. And so I did, and they knocked it out of the park. It's amazing. So I hope you love it as much as I do.
"语言根本不足以表达这座雕像在各个方面所展现的令人惊叹之处，以及设计师 Josh 本人对复杂设计的诠释能力。这个能量战士擎天柱以拥有最多的部件而闻名，甚至超越了以前的冠军飞翼擎天柱。
Over the next decade, with each and every Transformer statue that Prime One Studio developed and manufactured, the studio's prototyping and production sophistication grew and grew, until finally they had amassed enough to attempt the most technologically complex Transformer statue they have ever created. Power Master Optimus Prime is the culmination of 10 years of Prime One Studio research, experience, and hard work.
能量战士的概念来源于变形金刚玩具系列，一个独立的机器人转变为擎天柱的頭部，提供了一种新型的变形模式。
プライムワンスタジオ史上最も重要なスタチューの一つと言っても過言ではないでしょう。
This overwhelming statue will feature not one but two different modes, Striker Mode and Jetwing Mode. In Striker Mode, Power Master Optimus Prime packs twin shoulder-mounted double-barreled blaster cannons, forearm-mounted guns or double swords, a back-mounted plasma cannon, and thigh-mounted missile arrays. In Jetwing Mode, Power Master Optimus Prime comes with everything mentioned before, but with additional fin funnel wing arrays on either arm to increase his firepower and enable him to fly.
アイデアの本質を捉え、膨大な知識量と蓄積された経験の全てを駆使してデザインに落とし込む。設立より変わらないプライムワンスタジオのスタイルです。
Prime One Studio 今年将庆祝其10周年里程碑纪念日，因此我们希望为热爱着变形金刚的粉丝们呈现最好的作品。
But that's not all Prime One Studio and Josh Nizzi have to show during this anniversary celebration. In Part 2 of Next Level Showcase X, Josh and the studio will bring you a legendary figure who could be a god or a demon.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Next Level X.
Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. When Shizuka and I last saw you back in November, we presented part 1 of Prime One Studios' Next Level X 10th anniversary celebration.
And today we're here to bring you the next exciting part of this celebration.
We know you've all been eagerly anticipating what's coming up next. So let's get on with
Prime One Studios
Next Level X
Part 2. (2022) marks the 50th anniversary of legendary Japanese creator Go Nagai's world-famous super robot. As we promised in part 1, we had more in store for you from Prime One Studio and longtime collaborator Josh Neesey. So sit back and relax as you take in the splendor of the magnificent Mazinger Z.
Hi, this is Josh Neesey. I just want to say congratulations, Prime One, on your anniversary. You guys have done awesome stuff, and I really look forward to the things you're going to be doing in the future, and really best of luck. I can't believe you've already been around for 10 years.
In addition to what we've just shown you, up next is a special interview with the one, and only Go Nagai Sensei, the legendary creator of Mazinger Z. Here he shares a few words with us about his incredible collaboration between Prime One Studio and Josh Neese.
そうですね、50年前に私が書いた時はこんなに巨大なロボットって当時はありえない、作ったとしても重力的に動けるはずがないのではないかとかね、いろいろ心配したんだけど、漫画だからいいかということで思い切って書いたのが今日までヒットし続けたということです。で50年目にしてアメリカの方がデザイン手掛けてくれて、しかもとっても力強いアメリカンコミック風のマジンガー Z ができたことに感動しています。これは本当に僕もアメリカンコミック大好きで、マーベルにしろデイジーにしろ、軒並み見てるんですけども、力の世界というかね、パワーの世界みたいなのを感じさせてくれるいいデザインになっていると思います。まずインパクトあるなというのと大胆にアレンジしてくれてるのですが、ちゃんとマジンガーの要素みたいなのは全部入っているし、世界の人が誰が見てもマジンガー知ってる人たちが見てもこれがマジンガーだと分かる形になっているのがとても嬉しいですね。そうですね、やっぱり腕の感じとかがいろいろ剣を持たせたりとかいうのが新しいコンセプトだと思うんですけども、手の感じとか、またロケットパンチ打つ時また別なアイテムかなとは思うんですけども、そういうのも含めて、うまくまとめてくれてるなと思います。メカニックの部分がかなりいろんな箇所で露出してるのが結構嬉しいかもなと思います。もう漫画で描くときはそれはちょっと大変なんではしょってましたけどもマジンガーの最初の敵でガラダというのが選んでいただいて嬉しいですし、ガラダもかなり進化系のデザインになっていて、まがまがしさみたいなのがねすごく出てて、マジンガーの敵にふさわしい悪いやつという感じがいいですね。実際にはこういう機械むき出しのがロボットさんを出せてよかったなと今少し反省もしてますマジンガーの要素がたくさん入ったこの作品は素晴らしいものだと思いますので、ぜひ皆さんと楽しんで見ていただけたら嬉しいかと思います。もちろん買っていただけたらなお嬉しいと思います。
Picking up from what you've already seen from Part 1, we're bringing back another version of everyone's favorite battle angel, ALITA.
Don't go anywhere. We have a special interview with Kishiro Yukito Sensei coming right up.
チョイスがマニアックですよねすごく俺好みというかいいですね、素晴らしい、感無量ですね。本当に初期のイラストをこんな風に立体化していただいて本当驚きましたし、本当嬉しいです。漫画で描くにはちょっとモーターボールのこのガリーのボディのデザインっていうのはあまり向いてないようなデザインをちょっとしていて、やはり実写的なこのディティールを当時イメージしてたんですね。それでアーマーの内側とか複雑な構造にしちゃったんですけど、描くときは地獄でしたねそれが立体化されて実に素晴らしいです。すごいですね。僕も立体化してもらいたいなって気持ちはあったんですけど、映画との契約の絡みがあってなかなか実現しなかったんですね。そこへこの凄まじいクオリティで作っていただいて本当ありがとうございます。結構グロいものを描いたのかなってちょっと思いましたけどかっこいいです。素晴らしいですね。本当一点物みたいなものなんで、これを買って飾れるファンは本当幸せ者だと思いますね。最初のガンムでは、ノバ教授、それからガンムラストオーダーではカエルラ・サンルイスさんと、あとゼッカさんかな。で今描いている火星戦記ではムスターあたりが非常に思い入れのあるキャラクターです。ちょっと家が狭いので講談社のショーケースに飾ってもらえないかって今交渉しています。その方がいっぱい人に見られるしいいかなと、作品のためにも。ここまでのクオリティで作ってもらえたらもう何も言うことはないというか、もう作家のように尽きるっていう感じですね。はい、ありがとうございます。
Prime One Studio has their very own brand new line of PVC figures called Prisma Wing. Let's welcome the very lovely and adorable ambassador of that line, Prisma-chan. Oh, hello!
静香さん、ご視聴いただいている皆さん、こんにちは。プリズマウィングのナビゲーター、プリズムです。今回もプライムワンスタジオが送るフィギュアブランド、プリズマウィングよりとっておきの最新情報をお届けします。こちらの動画をどうぞ。
Let's take a second to reflect a little on the past Next Level showcases. What is the Next Level showcase, you ask? It's a promotional hype experience that features previews of upcoming new products from Prime One Studio. But it's not just product announcements. Prime One Studio's videos have been produced with the goal of creating an engaging and exciting experience for fans all over the world. The first showcase kicked off September 24th, 2020. At that time, product reviews were filmed in a small room about 100 square feet in size through trial and error. From there, new innovations were explored with each new installment. Between showcases, Prime One Studio moved its headquarters to a new location, filming in surrounding areas as well as the newly built showroom. As a company, Prime One Studio continues to take the challenge of new products such as QD1 and Prisma Wing. For this next level Showcase X, a new major challenge in video techniques is also being undertaken. One of which is the introduction of the LED wall. This large LED wall has 960 of these small LED units laid out and has been implemented for virtual production, which is gaining attention within the industry as a new cutting-edge method for filming.
To put it simply, this method projects a 3D constructed scene on an LED wall in real time and links it to the camera's movements during filming. This method saves time compared to conventional green screen backgrounds and allows us to focus more on the production side of the video, so we can bring out the best of each character and their world as depicted in their original works.
As you can see, the background behind me is also an LED wall. It's actually an LED studio at Prime One's headquarters in Asakusa. So, what do you think? Not only are there exciting new product reveals, but the showcase itself looks like it's going to continue to raise the bar to new heights. I can't wait to see what's in store. Now, let's return to the main event. As most of you already know, Prime One Studio has officially signed an exclusive rights agreement with the actor Michael Keaton to use his likeness. With this, the studio was finally able to take on the challenge of taking the American movie classic and bringing it to fruition in the form of highly realistic, gorgeous statues. Let us go all the way back to 1989 with an in-depth reveal and review of the brooding Batman and the charming Bruce Wayne.
With a deep burden in his heart, he lurks through the dark streets of Gotham. From the pivotal classic film comes the dark hero originally created by Bob Kane. His dark, shadowy features, reminiscent of the movie, have been recreated in incredible detail. These statues are being brought to you by the strongest top statue makers in the industry, Blitzway and Prime One Studio. From the 1989 film rendition of Batman, here comes both Bruce Wayne and Batman. From the creative mind of the genius Tim Burton, this statue focuses on capturing both sides of the protagonist. In order to display both Bruce and Batman as he appeared in the film, two entirely separate statues were created. After thorough research, Prime One has created a design that everyone can agree is top-notch. First, let's take a look at the legendary Michael Keaton and his performance as Bruce Wayne. His most distinctive feature is his unique expression, which seems to blend a touch of sophistication and urgency. Rigorous color testing procedures were undertaken in order to reproduce his captivating charm. As a result, the skin tone contains a range of both deep and subtle hues to capture a complexion that's true to life. Additionally, the pose and fashion of this statue were sculpted to recreate the image of the wealthiest man in Gotham. His sense of composure can be felt in his restrained posture, nonchalantly shifting his weight to one side. The style of his tuxedo is based on the trends of the 80s. While staying true to the iconic look of the time, such as broad shoulders and wide-hem pants, the designers also sought to create a look that would be enduring to the aesthetic of the year 2022. Casually masquerading as a billionaire playboy philanthropist while concealing his dark secret, he is none other than Bruce Wayne. And just as you thought I was finished, we have Batman, the embodiment of inner darkness residing inside Bruce. Here, he is brought to life exactly how he was in the movie. Everyone's favorite recognizable trademark Keaton pout has been reproduced to perfection after studying scenes from the movie over and over. The artists have also paid extra close attention to making sure that Batman's hardy suit was faithfully reproduced in all its glory. Just look at him. It's almost as if he were an entirely different being from Bruce. His mask, which is integrated all the way down to his chest and shoulders, and the thick rubber material of the batsuit appear to limit the Caped Crusader from moving around. But that's exactly why this statue was so enticing. It was important to the artist that the texturing of his suit and stoic standing pose were accurately recreated. Both of the bases have been elaborately designed to showcase both sides. Bruce's base has a stone-made structure which gives him a classical, elegant image, while Batman's design has industrial details that may remind you of the Batcave. Every fan can understand the quality of this beautifully arranged design. I hope you're as excited as I am for this one. It's the 1989 rendition of The Dark Knight you've all been waiting for. Bruce and Batman. These two faces are being brought to you as the pinnacle of sculpting. The latest Prime One Studio news can be found on both their official website as well as their social media. Check these sources for the pre-order bat signal.
Now, from one beautiful statue to another, we go back to DC Comics for a regal reveal of everyone's favorite characters. In Part 1, we announced an all-new, completely original brand of concept statues. As the name Throne Legacy suggests, we aim to bring you a series of statues that utilizes the throne as a motif for power and sovereignty. Don't blink, because the next teaser is definitely going to have you on the edge of your seats, or should I say, throne.
Uxas, the ruler of Apocalypse, Lord Darkseid. Created by the legendary Jack Kirby, the new god of Ultimate Evil's first appearance was actually a cameo in Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen issue 134. Since then, he has been portrayed as one of the most powerful beings in the DC multiverse. The chief antagonist of New Genesis's High Father and the Forever People, Superman's greatest villain and the arch enemy of the Justice League. Darkseid's only goal is the complete and total subjugation of the multiverse by obliterating all the hope, all free will, and all joy from each and every sentient being.
ダークサイドを登場させるにあたって、ファンから見て新鮮なだけでなく、ベテラン DC コミックスファンをも驚かせるような見せ方ができるかどうかが課題としてありました。
Therefore, we reached out to Carlos Stander, the master designer and illustrator. He naturally wanted to pay homage to the iconic artwork of Jack Kirby's The Fourth World. Kirby's aesthetic was inherently cosmic, otherworldly, and 100% in line with the look we wanted to achieve.
そしてカルロスのデザインを信憑性と親近感を持って感動的に製品としてまとめ上げるのが私たちの仕事でした。
His power set includes, but is not limited to, superhuman strength, stamina, durability, genius super intellect, telekinesis, telepathy, flight immortality, invulnerability, and the dreaded Omega effect.
Darkseid is the ultimate evil in the multiverse, so we had to sculpt him in a way that brought chills to the spine of anyone who was gazing upon him.
彼は玉座に座っています。つまり私たちは質問を受けるため、もしくは謁見を求めるため彼の前に連れてこられたということです。いずれにせよ友好的な訪問ではないでしょう。
Darkseid has always been portrayed as a physically intimidating character. He towers over even the greatest DC has to offer. You have Superman, Batman, Orion, so on and so forth.
ダークサイドを目の前にすると身の危険を感じてしまうはずです。この感覚を最大化するために彼の顔や解剖学的な部分にできる限り複雑なディティールをつけ、リアリズムの限界に挑戦しました。
また彼のコスチュームはかなり重要な役割を担っています。ダークサイドは不死身なので鎧などゴテゴテの重装備である必要はありません。コスチュームのテクスチャーとデザインは威厳と威圧感があふれる素晴らしいコントラストを生み出しています。
ダークサイドの玉座は座っている支配者であるダークサイドと同じくらい堂々とした存在感を目指しました。
So we needed to be able to convey that while he was posed sitting down. Normally one would be relaxed in such a position, but that is not the case for our Darkseid.
小さな椅子に詰め込まれたような状態ではダークサイドの正義を全うすることはできません。
玉座で採用した仕上げは全てこの玉座の素晴らしさを体験してもらうためのものです。
Honestly, when I first saw Darkseid for the first time, I was absolutely blown away. The sheer existence of this bad boy as a whole is undeniable.
With this statue, I hope to pay homage to one of the greatest artists of all time, Jack the Cane Kirby. There's no way to know, but we hope he will like this Darkseid statue.
このアイテムは多くのスタチューの中でも今までにない存在感を放ちます。多くの方がコレクションに加えていただけることを願っています。
Classic and updated, regal and intimidating, danger and all. These are all the things that encompass Prime One Studios' newest interpretation of the deadly, tyrannical Lord of Apocalypse. While there are many statues, I'm sure you will admit that this one is the definitive, categorical, and ultimate version of the one and only
One of the things that's the most fun about any kind of creative collaboration is, the back and forth with another artist. Right? And during all these years working in the field, I've had the great fortune of working on some very, very cool projects that have certainly become highlights of my career. But speaking of career highlights, I am very, very excited to announce that for about the past year or so, I've been working with the one and only Prime One Studio. Working with Prime One has been an amazing experience. What can I say about them that isn't just visible at first glance when you look at the quality of their work? Their 3D sculptors are so painstakingly committed to doing the best job possible with every inch of what they work on, from the figures to the bases, and that's without even getting into the care that they put into the paint jobs. So it's been truly an honor to be working with a company that cares that much about the quality of their work. The most fun about any kind of creative collaboration is, the back and forth with another artist, right? And working with Prime One, it's just super fun knowing that any design I do, whether it's like a clean design or a rough sketch, and knowing that if I give that to the 3D sculptors at Prime One, whatever's gonna come back to me based on those roughs is gonna be taken to the next level for sure. And as you might have guessed by now, I am here to announce one of the projects that I've been collaborating with Prime One Studios, and that's a pretty amazing statue of a Dr. Pamela Isley, also known as Poison Ivy. And let me tell you, I've seen in progress shots of this statue, and it already looks amazing, and it's just the raw 3D form, no colors on it or anything yet. When Prime One contacted me about this particular design, the idea was to have Ivy and kind of like a throne, right? So I did my sketch and I had the rough idea, and then sent that out. But then, of course, the Prime One sculptures, being the Prime One sculptures, what they sent me back was just something that by far exceeded my expectations. It's a beautiful piece. Whew, so there you go. Poison Ivy by yours truly and Prime One Studio. When this comes out for pre-order, let me tell you, buy it because it's gonna sell out fast. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the showcase and hope to see you soon.
She is so beautiful.
Right?
Wow. From the bright, verdant foliage of Poison Ivy's presence, we shift to a darker, more sinister set of teasers we are sure you're gonna go crazy for. Here is yet another teaser under the same series of concept statues. Get ready to enter an all-new world of Batman with this never-before-revealed statue.
Where would we be today if not for Frank Miller's seminal 1986 work, The Dark Knight Returns? Next is a blockbuster teaser for what you can expect from this title and from Prime One Studio. 8 years ago, Prime One Studio began their journey with making statues in the 1/3 scale, featuring your favorite DC characters under their highly coveted Museum Masterline series. These statues, full of power and presence, have been monumental in defining the powerhouse that is Prime One Studio. In the past, 1/3 scale was a rare sight amongst collectors. And you may recall that the statues were generally 1/4 scale. Dynamic and full of life, the statue community continues to have a soft spot for this smaller scale that offers just as much volume and detail as its 1/3 brother. Next, we're going to reveal a re-release of 2 of our best-selling DC Comics items in all their glory, in 1/4 scale. Prime One Studio parallels the game industry in a plethora of ways. Ambitious, ever-changing, revolutionary. Let us introduce a character that is well known within the community as an in-game beauty brought to life. Prime One Studios' collaboration with Square Enix has produced runway hit after runway hit. Prepare yourself for an amazing reveal that you probably thought would never happen.
これが僕の呪い約束殺す痛みが君の願い最後の夢を捨てた償いだけどそう僕らは今無価値でも叫ぶこの汚れた世界の愛そう僕らは今ある意味でも願うただ君との時間を祈りが許しを得られずとも僕は
Hold on to your hats, guys, because Prime One Studio is finally bringing the following teased properties the high-end, high-quality treatment you've come to expect from them. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss these.
Jurassic World Dominion brings the epic Jurassic saga to a close. But for Prime One Studio, it's the perfect time to recap all the amazing dinosaur statues they've created, as well as to show what else is coming up from this wondrous franchise.
The Bison Sanctuary is ablaze. Owen, Dr. Grant, and the rest try to escape as the final battle of the dinosaurs begins. The final chapter of the blockbuster series that dominated this summer's box office sets the stage for the fierce climax of our main stars: T-Rex, Giganotosaurus, and the Rhinoceros. Let's take a closer look at the three-way final battle from the film Jurassic World Dominion. First up is the iconic T-Rex, affectionately known to the fans as Rexy. Prime One Studio has created incredible works featuring T-Rexes in the past, and this time around is no exception. Her powerful jaw crushing anything she bites into. This colossal titan boasts legs with overwhelming muscles and a long, thick tail that extends proudly. The scars on her back and shoulders have accumulated over her 29-year history. All of these are reflected in the elaborately textured surfaces and rich brown coloring with a natural shading effect. With both eyes locked on, the stoic T-Rex rushes towards the enemy in the thrilling conclusion of her last stand. Next is the Therizinosaurus, which made its debut in Dominion. This fierce herbivore played a major role in the film, including the final battle, and left a strong impression despite only appearing in the last movie. Its distinctive long claws are sure to catch your eyes. The curved scythe-like form from which it earned its name appears just as it does in the movie. Its sharp, aggressive claws are further emphasized by its pose with both hands outstretched in front. The detail in its reddish-brown fur and sunken eyes create a presence so real you can almost hear its piercing cry from the movie. Finally, the carnivorous dinosaur that excited fans around the world when it was first revealed in the film's trailer. One of the strongest from the Cretaceous period, the Giganotosaurus made its long-awaited appearance in the film. The most striking feature is its massive size, towering over 10 meters in height. Its muscular legs, long striped tail, claws, and fangs that line its gaping mouth are just some of the features, along with the subtle details and coloring that truly capture the enormity of this creature. After wreaking havoc on the almighty T-Rex and claiming the title of the most powerful villain in the final chapter of this series, this monstrosity can be enjoyed as a fearsome new addition to your collection. What's more, these three figures include a special base featuring a fossil layering and is set at the Bison Sanctuary where the decisive battle took place. The metallic tree motifs can also be seen amongst the rubble and destruction. These three adversaries face off against each other for one final showdown. And now, this climatic moment can be forever captured in your collection room. For more information on products from the Jurassic series, check the Prime One Studio website and official social media channels.
Picking up from Part 1's breathtaking Predator reveals. Up next is a look back at all the cool and amazing Predator statues that Prime One Studio has come out with. And after that, you'll see a cast of characters that blew away people's expectations of just how unique and individual the Yaoja could be. Everything's coming up, Predator.
The 1987 blockbuster film Predator sparked a new wave of interest in the crossover genre where science fiction meets action. The sight of terrifying hunters from outer space captivated people's hearts, and the film became a hit series, not only on the big screen, but in comics, video games, and other media as well. We've seen conflicts between predators in movies like Predators and the 2018 version of Predator. But let's not forget there's a race of predators with whom we have a long-standing relationship. The terrifying creatures they hunt in their rituals, known as aliens, also pose a great threat. Their dramatic face-off against the predators is played out in the 2004 sci-fi action film Alien vs. Predator. This film, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, about the clash between two of Hollywood's greatest science fiction monsters, is also the first film to visualize the ancient relationship between predators and aliens.
プライムワンスタジオはこの映画の主役である3人のヤングブラッドに注目しました。
Animated Dynamic, el estudio a cargo de generar y diseñar los modelos para AVP, mantuvo su aspecto clásico, pero se ocuparon de darles más robustez con sus armaduras, cubriendo más partes del cuerpo para brindar a estos tres cazadores más protección para enfrentar a los xenomorfos.
Celtic es el más grande y líder del grupo. Está equipado con una gran cantidad de armas y algunas exclusivas como la netgun y unas cuchillas especiales. Chopper, quien usa un equipamiento más liviano, es el que usa menos armadura de los tres. Se distingue por exhibir unos cráneos humanos en su espalda y maneja una cimitarra.
Las biomáscaras son bien diferentes unas de otras. Se nota que para Celtic, el jefe del grupo, se basaron en el diseño de la máscara Gore, utilizada en Predator 2 por The Guardian dentro de la nave de los Predators. En el caso de Chopper, la biomáscara presenta un diseño clásico también, con el agregado de escamas o branquias en la frente y mejillas, con formas más bien redondeadas.
ブーベ島の遺跡を再現した立体物は世界でも数少ないと思います。このベースは単なる台座というだけでなく、プレデターの建造物を大きいスケールでスタチュー化した非常に珍しいコレクションアイテムにもなっています。これまでの3分の1スケールのラインナップの中でも装備品が多い3体ですので、ポージングはもちろん、好きな装備を選んで取り付けられる幅広い差し替えが可能です。
チョッパープレデターの特徴である両腕の長いリストブレードやエリアの定義で腐食したケーティックのブレードなど、劇中の細かな要素も差し替えパーツで表現しています。
Scar, conocido como el Alien Hunter, es el único entre sus hermanos que logra ascender al rango de sangrado.
De ahí la marca que tiene en la frente, que se hace con la sangre de un facehugger.
特にスカープレデターを使う武器の種類が豊富です。リストブレード、手裏剣、ショルダープラズマキャノンに加え、終盤の戦いでも強い印象を残したスピアなど、複数の武器を使いこなす選手ならではのバリエーションがあります。
En la escena incluimos al Gridalian, muerto a los pies de Scar, con su cara cercenada utilizando el shuriken, y el facehugger a quien mata momentos antes.
It's also noteworthy that Scar is holding a shuriken with his blade extended. Combined with the alien head on the base, it calls back to that scene where he slashes the alien like a badass.
スカープレデターの瞳の塗装も見どころです。終盤のレックスとのやりとりで初めて見せる人間離れしていながらもどこか優しげな黄色の瞳を再現し、若き戦士の素顔を完璧に表現しています。
You will never again have the opportunity to see the courageous young blood predators gathered together in this size. The Predator saga has been produced by Prime One Studio for many years, and this is the result of the extensive experience and expertise in 3D modeling.
Las estatuas exhiben el máximo nivel de detalle posible. Creo que hemos realizado las maquetas más fieles y será imposible superarlas. La investigación que hubo detrás, el control exhaustivo con incontables referencias, el constante chequeo de todo un equipo abocado a encontrar el menor error con un único propósito, la búsqueda de la excelencia.
ミュージアムマスターライン3分の1スケール、スカープレデター、ケルティックプレデター、チョッパープレデター、長年にわたりプレデターシリーズを作り続けてきたプライムワンスタジオだからこその誇りを持ってお届けする特大ボリュームのラインナップです。ぜひご期待ください。
While many films add catchy quotes to the geek lexicon, very few of them attain legendary status. As he promised, the T-800 is back in this breathtaking statue from the iconic film classic Terminator 2.
Trust me.
It's been 13 years, but the highly anticipated sequel to this phenomenal blockbuster brings us back to the amazing world of Pandora. Avatar: The Way of Water is only the first of new sequels that will show us even more breathtaking parts of the fictional planet.
For Prime One Studio, the challenge to remain at the top means designing and creating pieces that continue to raise the bar. James Cameron's 2009 breakthrough film Avatar transported audiences to the vibrant world of Pandora, rich with textures of contrasting landscapes and magical creatures. The long-awaited sequel is finally here. Avatar, The Way of Water, is one of the most expensive and highly anticipated films ever made. Jake and Neytiri are now parents and take on their biggest challenge yet to keep their family together and safe. It comes as no surprise that Prime One has chosen the most anticipated motion picture of all time as inspiration for its 10th anniversary centerpiece. Bringing the highly detailed world of Pandora's ocean environment to life required the highest level of technical experience and expertise. Prime One Studios production artists embraced the challenge to bring Avatar's diverse world and its heroes together in a way that communicates the same visual experience audiences have inside the theater. This required new breakthroughs in color mixing and materials to maintain the visual fidelity of Cameron's vision. Capturing the dimensions and textures of the movie meant taking the world of Pandora and literally setting it down onto the table. And that is just what Prime One Studio has done. Ranked among the very best in the industry, the engineering and design talent of Prime One Studio is on full display with this exceptionally detailed piece. Neytiri and her Banshee are faithfully reproduced in every detail in full flight at the highest point, while Jake Sully is featured expertly riding a skim wing. From the highly intricate wing textures to the truly unique and colorful patterns of both Jake and his mount, this piece is sculpted to showcase the force of the skim wing, powering through the water surface with its powerful tail. It is difficult to find the words to describe how impressive this statue is. The most exciting aspect is the way the sculpture captures the dimensions of life and movement, which are such an important part of the movie. The mountains seem to float behind Neytiri and Jake as they soar from the sky above and along the water surface. Their children swim down below with the beautiful Ilu, gliding through a landscape of vibrant corals and luminescent rays, faithfully replicated in 3D relief and LED technology. Prime One Studio is showing just how far it has come in 10 years, leading the industry with the most realistic materials, giving the surface of the water a feeling of movement and life. Each of the two halves is a masterfully detailed representation of the heart of the movie. Displayed together, they represent the years of technical expertise and imagination that has made Prime One Studio sculptures so mesmerizing and highly collectible. Much like the ambitious Cameron, They continue to break the mold by producing not only breathtaking pieces, but also engaging visual representations of your favorite characters on the big screen, and will continue to do so for many years to come. As Jake Sully so perfectly reminds us in the movie, wherever we go, this family is our fortress.
Well, Shizuka, we've reached the end of part 2 to Next Level X. How did you find all the reveals this time around?
Well, to be honest, I didn't think we could top part 1, but everything was absolutely incredible. And we hope you enjoyed part 2 of Next Level X as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. A new year is upon us, and with it, the thrilling conclusion to Prime One Studios' 10th year anniversary celebration.
Join us next year as we present to you even more incredible reveals, surpassing the volume of our previous showcases. The Prime One Studio team will be hard at work preparing for the climactic ending to their 10th anniversary celebration. So, they ask you to give a little more time to perfect their craft. It's going to be a wild one.
Bye everyone, and see you next time at
Prime One Studios Next Level X
Part 3.